Hey guys, Dazzler Magic here, and out of absolutely nowhere in the middle of a random Sunday, WOTC decided to drop on us the first look at March of the Machine. Now, I had previously made a statement that this is not a standard legal set. That isn't entirely correct. Well, let me just throw it up here. Surprise if you didn't know about Wilds of Eldraine or Lost Caverns of Ixalan. Although you would have known that if you subscribed to this channel, just saying. No, it's March of the Machine, the Aftermath, which is the non-standard legal set that comes out in spring. I guess it's like shortly after. It's just another supplemental, and did we really need a supplemental when they're releasing with this one? I wish I was kidding, but who's even surprised at this point? Set boosters, draft boosters, collector's boosters, then bundles, okay. Pre-release packs, duh, and then jumpstart boosters and 5 commander decks. So in addition to the 5 commander decks and jumpstart, they thought we needed a sequel a week or two later. That always goes well. So if you care about basically any plane or any character, I'll just warn you right now, there is an incredibly high chance that this video is going to piss you off. Not because of what I put into it, but because of what WOTC did to it. You'll see what I mean when you see Phyrexified Omnath, among others. Oh, excuse me, it's not Phyrexified, it's Compleatated. So we've got the artwork, but the general idea, as far as we know with the story so far, and you can tell by the artwork, well, that's Kamigawa on one side and, I don't know, somewhere else on the other. And we've seen some other artwork, but generally, with what we know right now, the storyline is Elish Norn, I think with help from Sheoldred? Look, there's time travel. I thought Urbrask died thousands of years ago. Who the hell knows? I'll tell you who the hell doesn't know, and that's me, because I didn't read any of the lore from 1. It's on my to-do list, but so is my taxes. But, yeah, she builds this interplanar teleporty thing called the World Tree or something, or builds like a second World Tree from the sap from the one that was in, I don't know, Space Norway. And then that lets her invade, and you can now get through planar portals with biological matter, I think. And then something about how you can now complete planeswalkers. So that's the general Lucis setup. Let's just jump into a spoiler. It's Jin-Gitaxias, another guy that I was pretty sure was dead. It's a 5-cost 5/5 legendary creature, Phyrexian Praetor. Look at that beautiful set symbol. Ward 2. Yeah, he's blue, he's big. You probably shouldn't be able to have a guy in a back alley with a knife take him out, you know, which is usually like a 3-cost kill card artwork. Give him a little something. And then whenever you cast a non-creature spell with mana value 3 or greater, draw a card. Okay. And if you pay 4, exile Jin-Gitaxias, then return it to the battlefield transformed under its owner's control. Activate only as a sorcery and only if you have 7 or more cards in hand. So not easy to do, which means it's probably going to be powerful. And by probably, I mean here it is. So the Great Synthesis, there's no read ahead, nothing. It's just, here's your saga. So, number 1, chapter 1, whatever. Draw cards equal to the number of cards in your hand. You have no maximum hand size for as long as you control the Great Synthesis. So it goes from obviously 7 to 14. I don't know how competitive that'll be in standard, but looking at standard constructed right now, anything that goes past about turn 4 is pretty much not a valid strategy. Unless it's all kill stall, Planeswalkers, Super Friends, free cast with Resurrection. It's kind of a long name. Let's just call it Cancer. So chapter 2 of this beautiful saga is return all non-Phyrexian creatures to their owner's hands. That brings down the playability of this to a little narrower, but that's fine. And then chapter 3, you may cast any number of spells from your hand without paying their mana costs. Exile the Great Synthesis, then return it to the battlefield front face up. Wait, so does Jin-Gitaxias like set off a thing that resurrects himself and then he goes back to being a thing? Because like I said, I'm pretty sure he was dead, but I don't know. So, I mean, definitely specific, definitely not the most competitive thing in Standard. It does enable a lot of control, but honestly, there's better ways to do it right now. So, I'm fine with this. And I look forward to eating those words later. So next up, we got Breach the Multiverse. Oh boy. Those are the tree branches, which really just look like Sheoldred's super extended body, but I don't know if she had anything to do with it. I mean, the Phyrexians, like the management, the upper management, got more issues with each other than my last workplace. Who knows who's still alive and in what form, but yeah, so this is a 7-cost black sorcery rare. Each player mills 10 cards for each player. Choose a creature or planeswalker card in that player's graveyard. Put those creatures onto the battlefield under your control. That's right, it's your choice if you control the spell. Then each creature you control becomes a Phyrexian in addition to its other types. And then you'd have to just remember that, or go get some stickers from an unset and stick it on there. Oh, digital friendly but nightmare to track in paper. That's totally not the trend from the last 2 years and a complete and utter pain and giant bane of everybody's existence. They want to make it so you can't track what's going on without a computer, and I think that is idiotic. And when you ask them about it in any interview, all the staff is on the same page saying, well, we're just out of ideas. It's been 30 years. We got to try new stuff. Who's been playing for the full 30 years? Who's been playing for longer than 3 years? You could circle back and redo some stuff, and no, I don't mean poisonous. So this is the weirdest, almost Rise of the Dark Realms, almost in Garruk's Wake that I've ever seen. This isn't even a good card, so that's fine. I mean, 2 cards already that they're showcasing on, like, the first day. And spoilers, by the way, are, like, a month out. Like, real actual starter spoilers. When they're going to start double, quote, leaking stuff or double, quote, accidentally putting things in the wrong product. Well, that's anybody's guess. So this is all we're going to see for now, but there are more spoilers. So this is only an art spoiler, but based on the title, this is from a card called Invasion of Alara, and it's going to be a cycle because the next card is called Invasion of Tarkir, comma, they had it coming. Wow, pretty ballsy to call it that, WOTC. I totally didn't just add that. Everybody hates Tarkir. I hope it is utterly destroyed. And I don't just mean, ooh, they blew up some stuff and civilization's gonna have some trouble, like Amon Cat. No, blow the plane up. Make the plane not exist anymore. Lure Elish Norn there and then collapse it into a black hole. I don't care. And then, ooh, baby, what is this one? I warned you. I warned you at the beginning of the video. Invasion of Chandalar. Oh, we're finally going back to Chandalar, guys, the rogue plane, except it's just to wreck up the place. We're just going to destroy everything. Hey, you know that plane you liked? It's destroyed. Hey, you know that other plane you liked? Goodbye, kiss it goodbye. If you think I'm joking or exaggerating when they're going to hit the old Control-Z at the end with the fairy time magic, maybe I should just read what they wrote. The epic conclusion of Magic's greatest battle is upon us. Elish Norn and her Phyrexian army have finally invaded the multiverse, breaching countless planes. Can the remains of the Gate watch? No. Turn the tides as Phyrexian hordes threaten to assimilate or destroy everything in their path? The fate of all planes is at stake. It's time to join the rest of the multiverse in this climactic battle touching every plane you've known and loved. It's like they're trying to piss you off. I liked some of these planes, damn it. All right, so March of the Machines is the culmination of more than a decade of Phyrexian machinations, all leading to a shift that will fundamentally change the multiverse. Now, okay, a battle, a conflict, whatever. Okay, they blew some stuff up. Armies had to rise up, and now everybody's going to be like, wow, that sucked, and then move on with their lives. Does that sound like how they phrased it? Let me read this again. Culmination of more than a decade of Phyrexian machinations, all leading to a shift that will fundamentally change the multiverse. The only other thing that I could think of that fundamentally changed the multiverse would be considered a shift was, of course, the mending. Planeswalkers got a massive downgrade. They were no longer eternal and godlike, and they couldn't draw mana from other planes, I believe it was. And then organic matter could no longer travel between planes unless it was a planeswalker. Those were the 2 major changes, and it was all Teferi's fault. And Teferi's still alive and in charge. He's still right dead center on the artwork, so yeah, I hate to break it to you, but the worst kept secret ever, not that I have any insider information about how this is going to work, but the rumor floating around is they're going to change how the game works. They're going to pull a Yu-Gi-Oh! Where, you know what, let's just change how zones work. Everybody's winning on turn 1 anyway, let's just change the rules. We can't ban enough cards to back up our power creep, so we're just going to screw everybody over simultaneously and equally, and just power everything back down to like a turn 5 format by changing how the zones work. Just change the rules. You completely ruin the game by power ramp and mismanagement? Well, just change the rules. Just cheat. So that's what Magic's obviously going to do. That's been the plan all along from what I'm hearing. And the first victim of the Phyrexians and whatever restructuring this is going to be standard constructed, allegedly. It's bare minimum going to rotate twice a year, and I think they're going to shorten it with less cards to lower the power level and to make more money. Honestly, ignore the second part. First part, I'm all for. Leaving 8 sets legal and cards for like 2 years or whatever was a mistake. Huge mistake. But wait, there's more spoilers. We've got Yargle and Multani, the team up you've been waiting for and didn't know that you wanted. So it's 3 + 2 black + 1 green for 6 CMC, legendary creature, Spirit Frog Elemental, and it's an 18/6 because of course it is. No trample, no nothing, no tricks, but still somebody will find something to do with this for 6. Utterly ridiculous. About as bad as Carnage Tyrant, I would say, but maybe not quite as bad. And of course the flavor text is, I've heard much about you from my daughter, Multani Rumble. There was a time when I'd balk at your aid, Phantom, but she has shown me the merit in Urborg's strange ways. To which Yargle replied, Gnshagribbit. Ha, I didn't know you speak Yiddish. L'chaim, Yargle. Next up, we got Chandra Hope's Bacon. That's right, she didn't get swallowed up by the Phyrexification. She got turned into bacon. Now, you might say, I think that says beacon, but I would say, I think you're wrong and it says bacon. So it's a 6 cost, 5 loyalty, legendary planeswalker Chandra. Whenever you cast an instant or sorcery spell, copy it. Oh my god, I hate this already, but at least it's 6. You may choose new targets for the copy. This ability triggers once each turn. Okay, they pumped the brakes a little bit, but +2. So remember, you can bring her over for 5, boom, +2, 7. Add 2 mana in any combination of colors. Okay, yeah, Chandra mad. +1, exile the top 5 cards of your library until the end of your next turn, which is kind of nice. You may cast an instant, only one instant or sorcery spell from among those exiled cards. Okay. You're going to run out of cards pretty quick doing that, but okay. And then -X. Chandra Hope's Beacon deals X damage to each of up to 2 targets. So each, not split between. That is pretty powerful, because one of those targets could be your life total. Yeah, absolute beast mode, but the format's too fast to support anything like this. This is clearly either by design or by accident, as if it was an accident ramping up the power this high, a complete and utter commander card. But yeah, absolute bomb Chandra here. Next up, we've got Ghalta and Mavrin. Oh, great. Everybody's joining forces. This is the let's set aside our differences between, the US and Russia because aliens invaded. Oh, boy. Dreadfully unrealistic, but whatever. I guess if you get a giant, creepy, crawly thing flying through the sky and they're invading on it, using it as a bridge, you might just be like, okay, let's stop killing each other for a second. Although, to be honest, I have no idea if Ghalta and Mavrin were enemies or friends or I don't know. All I know is I hate dinosaurs. So it's 7 cost, 3 + 2, green + 2 white, legendary creature, dinosaur vampire. Okay, they were probably not on the same team. Trample, 12/12. Because the power level just doesn't matter anymore. Whenever you attack, choose 1. Counterspell and attempt to remove this with a 1 cost white counterspell, or counterspell this with a 1 cost green counterspell. Oh, sorry, I read that wrong. It actually says, create a tapped and attacking XX green dinosaur creature token with trample, where X is the greatest power among other attacking creatures. My god. And then create X11 white vampire creature tokens with lifelink, where X is the number of other attacking creatures. I said it's really important for a deck to go wide or go tall, but preferably both. And then preferably if you go tall, add trample to it. Because you could either just be the biggest, baddest dude going at them, or you could go wide and swarm them, overflow the blockers. Yeah, this is that in card form. If anybody can pull this off in Standard, which, like I said, at the speed of Standard right now, I seriously doubt it, I'm going to be pissed because we don't need just utter crap like this ruining the game again. I hate it. I hate everything about it. Next up, Thalia and the Gitrog monster. Because you know why? Why not? That's why. Also, that doesn't look a thing like them. Anyway, it's 1 generic + 1 white + 1 black + 1 green. Legendary creature, human frog horror. And first strike death touch, 4/4. You may play an additional land on each of your turns. Creatures and non-basic lands opponents control enter the battlefield tapped. I actually had to check for a second that this wasn't the commander set, which is MOC. No, this is MOM. It's not March of Machines either. First of all, it's actually March of the Machine. It's actually not plural. I'm sure I've said that wrong, but it's actually named that because Elish Norn is your mommy, apparently. So anyway, whenever Thalia the Gitrog monster attacks, sacrifice a creature or land, then draw a card. It's ballsy. It's a commander card. What more is there to even say? Next up, Bloodfell Caves. So we're doing life lands. Okay, enters, tap, gain 1 life. Real simple. I like these. These are just nice. But the important part is the name of the plane and the flavor text, like this one. Having learned of New Capenna's Halo supply, Elish Norn dispatched Atraxa herself to bring the world to heal. And then obviously the side plot about Atraxa having a Halo problem. And then there's an intervention, and then she saves the day. It's wonderful, I'm sure. Then we got Blossoming Sands. That's the Copper Host, brought a hideous mockery of new life to Amonkhet's death-cursed desert. I legitimately don't remember anything being called the Copper Host, so that must be a Phyrexian thing, because when we were in Amonkhet, I read every word of those stories. I love how they invaded that place, which has probably a grand total of 100 humans left, and everything is just a runed sand and a bunch of runes, because Bolas, and honestly it's WOTC, probably because of climate change. And they're like, you know what, let's invade anyway. Let's build flowers in the desert. That'll do a thing. There's no resources here. Why would you invade this place? That's like, oh, modern superpower country. Let's invade Antarctica. And then you get there, you're like, oh, there's nothing here. Oh, maybe we could sell the snow. Maybe we could make snow cones. Next up, Dismal Backwater, home of Murky Dismal, the enemy of Rainbow Bright, who probably is a planeswalker canonically at this point. Universes beyond, woohoo! The invasion tree's branches snaked through the streets of Atawara. Oh, they're invading Canada. Turning Kamigawa's soaring city into a clouded nightmare. Yeah, because it wasn't already. It totally wasn't a cyberpunk futurist nonsense crap hole. Oh no, they invaded Cyberpunk 2077. I mean, Kamigawa. Maybe they should summon ghost robot cats about it or something. I don't know. I didn't read that one either. Then there's Jungle Hollow on the surface of Ixalan's vast tar pits. Phyrexian oil glistened and old bones began to stir. Ooh, Phyrexian zombie dinosaurs. Wow. Wow, dinosaurs turning into oil allegory. Wow. Even though it was algae, it wasn't dinosaurs. Then we got Rugged Highlands. The Royal Zendikar's plane-wide immune system rose in full force against the threat of the Phyrexian infection. I'm sure that'll go well for the natives. They better just hide inside a Hedron and just ride it out. So next up, Scoured Barrens. As oil seeped from Icoria's crystals, strange metallic mutations emerged in monsters all across the plane. Oh, hope you didn't like Ikoria. Just kidding. Nobody did. Literally nobody did. Oh no. Can you possibly imagine what would happen if Icoria's creatures started mutating? Wouldn't that be terrible? My gosh. I can hardly imagine. Another plane where I hope the whole thing gets destroyed. Next up, Swiftwater Cliffs. Kaladash's wondrous, so sad, Kaladesh, oh no, Space India, my favorite. Their wondrous inventions in glowing aether wave were of utmost interest, I can read, to Jin Gataxius and his Chrome host. Well, just give away the whole story, why don't you? Everybody else in Kaladesh running Firefox, they're just going to run a malicious extension because it's Chrome. Shouldn't be using a Chrome host. That's just asking for trouble. Next up, Thornwood Falls, deep in Eldraine. Oh no, Eldraine's wild, strange eye-like appendages twined among the vines and fairy lights. I could take a shot at a second take, but we all know I'm not going to. I'm putting in the same level of effort that they did in designing Eldraine and balancing it. You know what? I hope all the Phyrexians get turned into elks. Next up, Tranquil Cove. The sky darkened and the seas turned to oil as the gods of Theros themselves fell to New Phyrexia. Ha ha ha! Foreboding spoiler. Yes, it's a spoiler of a spoiler later in this video. Yep. Remember when I said you're going to be kind of mad? Last warning to get the hell out of this video. If you want to evacuate, pull that fire alarm, or jump out your window, that's your own business. Anyway, Windscarred Craig. Sarah was a symbol of hope to Dominaria, so Norn defiled her temples with monuments to Phyrexia. That's the most never-ending story thing I've ever seen. Next up. We're off the lands. I warned you. Heliod, the Radiant Dawn. Haha, not for long. Plus, didn't they lock him in the underworld for trying to take over the world or something? I don't remember. So, forecast, white, flippy boy. Legendary enchantment creature god. When Heliod, he's a 4/4. When Heliod the Radiant Dawn enters the battlefield, return target enchantment card that isn't a god from your graveyard to your hand. Okay. And then if you pay 3+1 Phyrexian blue, which is either 1 blue or 2 life. So in other words, it's white. It's 2 life. All they did was make this worse for Commander, which is the only thing people are playing. So ooh. But anyway, transform Heliod the Radiant Dawn. Activate only as a sorcery. Complete the faith, complete the god. A Johnny Goldmane who is somehow not dead after getting kicked out a window. Sure he's not. On the backside, it's your boy Heliod, the Warped Eclipse. Total eclipse of the heart. Legendary enchantment creature with dual identity, dual color identity. Not that he didn't have that on the front, just FYI for Commander. Phyrexian god, 4/6. You may cast spells as though they had flash. Spells you cast cost 1 less to cast for each card your opponents have drawn this turn. A control-enabling Phyrexified god on one of my favorite planes that they already pretty much ruined in the last go-around, and somehow the people are going to overthrow this. They're going to come back from this. No, they're not. We're never going back to Theros. It's trashed, and I'm already absolutely livid. I would dare say this is probably my favorite plane, actually. I can't think of another one that would be. So I'm sure this will be a full cycle unless they only get to one of them. What a nightmare. Next someone's going to drop it on you. Omnath, Locus of Fall. Just in case you thought it was an internet meme. Well, it was. I guess they didn't feel like even drawing in the mana symbol to be within the boundary of the bar. They clearly just don't care / are trolling everybody at this point. So the joke was every time we revisit Omnath, he gains a color. So people said / gist / probably leaked that when we come back to one of these sets, we're going to have Omnath. He's going to be like black mana, but the black will be like Phyrexian Oil or something. No, they decided, haha, we're never going to complete him. Get it? Complete? Haha, puns. He's going to stay at 4.5 colors. Why? Because screw you. So it's Omnath, Locus of All, which is very ironic. He's 1 white plus 1 blue plus 1, haha, Phyrexian in the wrong order, screw you, plus 1 red plus 1 green. Maybe it's Phyrexian black and I'm just used to seeing it in a lighter color? I don't know, is it? I'm second guessing that. I thought that was just regular Phyrexian because it's gray. I would think they would make it black and then invert it. Oh boy, maybe that, well, okay. I don't know, that actually makes more sense. Anyway, legendary creature Phyrexian Elemental. If you would lose unspent mana, the mana becomes black instead. Haha, just like Disney trademarks. And at the beginning of your pre-combat main phase, look at the top card of your library. You may reveal that card if it has 3 or more colored mana symbols in its mana cost. If you do, add 3 mana in any combination of its colors and put it into your hand. If you don't reveal it, put it in your hand anyway. That's just free casting with more steps. It's like literally free casting with like options in case you didn't like the card. This is terrible. Absolutely terrible. This will be very, very, very unpopular in other formats, to say the least. Next up, we just got Moment of Truth. It's a 2-cost instant, common blue. Look at the top 3 cards in your library. Put 1 of those cards into your hand, 1 into your graveyard, and 1 on the bottom of your library. A bunch of banned cards like Serum Visions and Ponder and all that other crap with more steps. Wonderful. That'll totally cover up for the fact that it's been a notoriously bad way to let people enable their control deck. But there are no control decks. There's just white blitz, red blitz, white red blitz, let's see, white black blitz, green black blitz, and I've also seen green blue blitz with an oil sideboarding option. So good luck getting control off the ground when you're going to get absolutely leveled on turn 4. No wonder why they're changing the standard format. Allegedly. So the flavor text is, on the precipice of eternity, Elspeth made a choice. The fight would not end without her. Is she just Mario now? She's, oh, look at the top left corner. I got another guy. Okay, well, re-enter the battle. Woo! They turned Heliod into a god. I think wherever you are being dead, you're probably safer from him. Although that might not work. I thought Heliod was trapped in the underworld. Whatever. Well, she's probably going to come back and Mary Sue the crap out of it, because you might have noticed that all the strong, brave, testosterone monkey men got turned into Phyrexians, and all the ladies are like, ooh, Chandra's gonna, yeah, you go girl, get him, woo. Ooh, Elspeth's so brave, returning to life again, yay. Anyway, this is their weird 1940s robot futurism looking logo thing. I don't get it. This is a close-up of the set symbol. Oh boy, sorty boy. Then we got the Commander one. Nobody cares. This whole damn set is a Commander product. Why even make a separate one? Then we've got the box, which I believe we've already seen one of. I don't know if it was this one, but this is the normal draft boosters. Okay, we got, some Planeswalkers going after some Phyrexians. What's weird is that at this point, I can't tell if that's Nissa or Vraska, but it can't be either of them if they're fighting on the same side, so I don't really get that. Then we got March of the Machine with the artwork we've already seen there. Okay, we got Teferi, we got a guy from that one forgettable plane, and then maybe someone new, but that could be the Wanderer. I don't know. It's WOTC. Soren got a gender change. Okay, whatever. I don't know. Who cares? Then we've got the overpriced collector's boosters with, I don't know. It's either Xena the Warrior Princess or one of them Wonder Woman people. Although based on the armor, I think she's from Space Japan, but I don't know. We'll see. Then we got the bundle, Fat Pack. Okay. Nothing too spicy there. And then we've got the March of the Machine Jumpstart boosters, because they just cannot leave a dead product dead for some reason. This is all just to feed this trash into Arena for Historic. You guys know that, right? Well, then there's the pre-release kit, which, hey, remember that Brothers War one where you could, choose a side? Yeah, that didn't mean or do anything. They were all the same. Thought I heard that there was a class action lawsuit over that just to teach WotC a lesson, but I'm not sure if that was ever real. And then we got the Commander products. We got Growing Threat with your typical Leonin Hot Topic worker there. Then we've got Cavalry Charge. All right, this cannot possibly be good. You show up to a Commander game with black, blue, white. Just telling them your color identity, you're getting kicked out. You don't even have to show them what's in the deck. You're a control monkey and you're not welcome here. Sincerely, everybody else in the community. Then we've got Divine Convocation. They couldn't fit it on one line. I bet it runs Convoke. How much you want to bet? Well, it's red, white, and blue America, so of course it's Convoke. As far as the character on the front, who's that? It's Pat. I don't know. Then we've got Meditating Fox Person with Call for Backup. Okay, that could have fit on the same line. Now there's trolling. Sounds like a free casting nightmare. That can't be good. That name, nothing good's coming from that name. Then we got Tinker Time. Oh boy. Yeah, get out the blowtorch. Maybe that'll stop the Phyrexians. And then I'm just going to read the intro to this one, but without reading the title here. With the Phyrexian invasion of the entire multiverse underway, this is the perfect time for Plane Chase. I don't believe that sentence, but yeah, Plane Chase is back. The #1 best format in all of Magic. I hate to call it a format. It's more like a modifier of formats because you could play standard Plane Chase. You could play Commander Plane Chase. You could play literally anything. Everything goes Plane Chase. You just add on these Plane Chase cards and there's always one plane active and then you're kind of like planeswalking and dueling each other. And then what plane you're on in your little duel, because remember, you as a player are the planeswalker, but what plane you're on has something to do with how the game goes. Best game mod ever. Absolutely adds so much to the dynamics and the like thinking on your feet and the how you're going to use mana and that kind of stuff. Best dang format ever. I would recommend everybody, well, not really pick this up or give WOTC money, but maybe find the Plane Chase cards on some kind of app or online and then just run the damn game. So, got some of the planes up, like for example, Tawashi. It's a Kamigawan plane, and modified creatures you control have trample, and when this creature deals combat damage to a player or planeswalker, draw a card. And then whenever chaos ensues, which is when you roll the chaos dice, it's a whole thing, just look it up, distribute 3 1/1 counters among 1, 2, or 3 targets you control. I don't think that's exactly precisely how the other ones worked, actually. So they say this multiplayer supplement lets you travel from one location to another with the rules changing based on where your battle is currently taking place. Chase the Phyrexians around the multiverse or add some flavor to your next commander battle. Each March of the Machine's commander deck comes with 10 different Plane Chase cards. Oh, cool. 5 new and 5 reprints. Okay, so apparently then the mechanics do work the same. Here's a preview from the 50 Plane Chase cards coming your way. Alright, so we got Isle of Vesuva. It's a Dominarian segment of the plane, so it's like plane plus province kind of in some cases, just so they could print more. I'm fine with that. Whenever a non-token creature enters the battlefield, its controller creates a token that's a copy of that creature. See, you go there by random chance, because these are face down, you shuffle, you pull the next one when you planeswalk. Maybe this benefits your deck, maybe it doesn't, but you didn't know this was coming ahead of time. There are planes where you're about to win, and then you go to the next one, and now you can't even attack. Completely flips it on its head, and then you're scrambling to get off the plane or do something else, and I love it. So whenever chaos ensues, destroy target creature and all other creatures with the same name as that creature. Oh. Then we've got spatial merging. It's a phenomenon. Yes, those exist. Whenever you encounter spatial merging, reveal cards from the top of your planar deck, which is well, it's exactly what it sounds like. It's your stack of planes. Until you reveal 2 plane cards, simultaneously planeswalk to both of them? What? Put all other cards revealed this way on the bottom of your planar deck in any order. Oh, that's nutty. Kind of unrealistic if you know how the multiverse works and how planeswalker duels work, but okay. So look up the existing Plane Chase cards, because they are really cool. But wait, there's more. First look at Booster Fun, which is, I guess my definition and Mark's definition are 2 different things, but the crap that they crammed into the booster to make you want to buy it more. The gambling hook, the jackpot, the scratch-off lottery ticket reward. Anyway, March of the Machines truly is a battle for the multiverse, and opening a pack should feel like you're catching visions of planes from all over. That's their justification. To that end, we've added both characters from around the multiverse and revisited borders and special treatments from past sets. Wait till you guys see this one. First up is Multiverse Legends, a non-standard legal bonus sheet. So what is a sheet, like 40-some cards or whatever? So that'll be the pool. So it's like the Mystical Archive from Strixhaven, School of Mages, or the Retro Artifacts from the Brothers War, but it will contain reprints of iconic characters and their home planes, booster fun treatment. So what are they doing? All of the things. Like, here we go, Atraxa Praetor's Voice and Ragavan Nimble Pilferer. Yes, that's a Masterpiece border, or, I mean, border versus showcase versus frame versus treatment. Let's just blanket call it trim, because that's what it is, the card's trim. As far as I know, I started that term, and it's been taken off on the internet, so let's just call everything a trim. So, okay, Art Deco trim, Masterpiece trim, then we got Omnath Locus of All, I don't remember what that one is. Thalia and the Gitrog Monster, I thought that was a showcase frame, but okay. Then we got Heliod in the standard enchantment creature legendary frame, which, okay. And then Jin Gataxi is pretty much the same. Yes, I accidentally deleted part of the card. I could write a book about all the craps I give. It would be a very short book. And then we got Yargle and Multani in the stained glass, which I believe was that ever in Dominaria? Because I know for sure it was a long time secret lair bonus. So what did they put in here? All of the things. In fact, okay, we got extended art. So that's Breach the Multiverse. And then we've got borderless, because, you know, Planeswalker's borderless. That tends to be what they do. Not always. So those will be in there because duh. And then we've got promos. We got Omnath for the buy box promo and Galta and Mavrin as the bundle promo, because why not piss you off even more about Omnath and what they did to him with a third artwork. Then we've got the old school frames, but that's, let's see. I actually don't know what promos these are. Or I mean, like, how you get them, because they printed it in such an old frame style that they didn't put what the promo is. Oops. Well, they got a year on it. They're working their way up. I think we actually already knew about these, so let's move on. So then they want to remind you about some promos, and really just is more spoilers because we haven't seen these yet. Pre-release events are your first way to find newest Magic cards. That is actually factually incorrect at this point, because the release date doesn't mean anything anymore. You can release them the second you get them, so oopsies. And the March of the Machine pre-release events come with even more for you to discover. In addition to a foil-stamped promo card from the set, March of the Machine pre-release packs include an additional legendary promo card for Commander play, so it's not standard legal. But the first one is Gorogoro and Saturo, which one do you get? I don't know. They really didn't make that terrifically clear, but okay, it's a 3-cost, 3/4 legendary creature, goblin human. Whenever one or more creatures you control that enter the battlefield this turn deal combat damage to a player, create a 5/5 red dragon spirit creature token with flying, and if you pay 2 creatures you control gain haste until end of turn. Pretty powerful. The next one is Catilda and Lier. I hate Lier so much. Alright, so 3-cost, 3/3 legendary creature human. Whenever you cast a human spell, target instant or sorcery card in your graveyard gains flashback until end of turn. The flashback cost is equal to its mana cost. Okay, you can actually make that work. There's a lot of support for humans. And then Slimefoot and Squee, the best team up since the history of the game. 3-cost, 3/3, of course, Fungus Goblin, and whenever Slimefoot and Squee enters the battlefield or attacks, create a 1/1 green sapperling creature token, and if you pay 4, sacrifice a sapperling, return Slimefoot and Squee, and up to 1 other target creature card from your graveyard to the battlefield. Activate only as a sorcery. Okay, kind of a little bit weaker than the rest, but you can make something out of it. They don't all have to be absolute bangers. Which trim, which version, which card do you get? I don't have answers. Why are you asking me? And we finally reached the end. Just kidding, we haven't. It's a secret lair. Oh boy. Or as most people have come to call it, secret scam. What else have I heard? Scam lair. Time-traveling physical product shitpost, I think. That's probably my favorite. It's time-traveling because no product should take 14 months to arrive. Will it arrive in the same form you ordered it? Hell no it won't. Are you kidding me? The probability of that is very, very low, apparently. Bro, you asked that like it's even showing up in the same year you ordered it. I'm not going to read these, I'm not going to feature these, don't buy these. It's just that simple. And then we've got a March of the Machine, the Aftermath spoiler, because you know what? What the hell at this point? It's the Kenrith's Royal Funeral. Haha, good. That guy ruined Brawl forever. He had it coming. So it's a 4-cost, legendary enchantment, black-white. When the Kenrith's Royal Funeral enters the battlefield, exile up to 2 target legendary creature cards from your graveyard. You draw X cards and you lose X life, where X is the greatest mana value among cards exiled this way. Ooh, that's hard to control. It could backfire really quickly. And then legendary spells you cast cost 1 less to cast for each card exiled with the Kenrith's Royal Funeral. Ooh, that's kind of spicy in Commander. I'll read what they wrote. I don't know why I would do that, but okay. This is a set for those invested in the story, the characters, what comes next. No, it's padding your bottom line with more sales. Shut up with WOTC. March of the Machine, the Aftermath is a set of 50 new, what? Standard legal cards. Okay, well, I guess I'm not going to edit out what I said earlier in the video because that's what they had told us earlier. I swear, unless I'm remembering it incorrectly, that they said non-standard legal supplemental set. Well, they're standard legal now. I bet you they're almost all rares too. They're pulling a, let's see, what was the last one to do that? Anthology, historic anthology. They're going to do a standard anthology where all the cards are high rarity. What is this crap? 5 card boosters. Oh my God. And then they reiterate. When we say Magic is going to change forever, you'll see those changes on these cards and in the story. What about the mechanics? What about the formats? Aren't you going to tell us about that? You assholes. You greedy, power-ramping jackasses. Aren't you going to tell us about the changes you're going to make when this comes out? Okay, fine. All right, we'll find out later then. Fine. At this point, they've probably just given up. They probably won't even touch it. Plus, I blew the lid off this like a year and a half ago. They might not change it just to spite me. Anyway, story for this shit show will kick off on May 1st, and previews will run from May 2nd to May 3rd. Well, it's not a preview, it's then the spoilers, so you're not even using your own terminology correctly. One of those swords better be Oko's, though. Let me just throw that in there. Anyway, in the meantime, hang on the edge of your seat because Phyrexian Machine is on the march and no corner of the multiverse is safe. No part, your favorite part of the lore is going to be safe. We're rooting everyone, killing everyone, and ruining every plane. Ha ha ha, f*** you. This isn't going to go over well with longtime players of the game. I can just tell you that right now. So, March of the Machine is hitting worldwide April 21st, which means you could probably pick it up 2 weeks at a time. So that's about it. I think somewhere in here I went past it. I couldn't find it scrolling through, and I don't really want to read this again. Some new foil, I think, or something. Whatever, who cares? It's probably one of the ones that looks different on the edge, so you can't play it unsleeved, and then it probably still curls. So, who gives a crap? So that is your full preview of the absolute shit show that is going to be 2023 when it comes to Magic the Gathering. Now I've got to go make a video on how one of the product designers for WOTC says that you're not allowed to play anymore if you're white. That is not an exaggeration. It's almost a direct quote. Actually, I went back and read what he said. What he said is actually worse than that. Watch out for that one. Subscribe if you don't want to. I almost said don't want to see it. If you don't want to miss it. And looking at my taxes, it would be great if you guys would support me on Patreon. What else is there to say? I hate what WOTC did to this game. And they deserve every single lost customer from their short-term gain greed. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.